We are the Community Democracy Project. Hi.
We are an all-volunteer grassroots campaign working to create a people's budget in Oakland. Our proposed measure would amend the City Charter of Oakland to create a system in which Oakland residents can directly vote on the city budget and how it is spent.
This is called participatory budgeting, and it is in place in over 1,000 cities around the world.
How would this work?
First, voters will see a list of the city departments and the percentage of the budget they each have.
Then, voters will have the opportunity to study the current budget.
Every year, voters decide what they want the percentages to be, and then their choices are averaged out.
This becomes the general funds allocation for the following year.
Okay, but what if we get a whacked out budget?
What we have now is a whacked out budget.
Don't you think our own neighbors would probably be better at balancing diverse interests and hearing the voices of the marginalized over the special interests that dominate policymaking today?
Also, since the budget allocation vote is an average, extremes will tend to balance.
Well, a few people might say, I vote 0% for libraries, or I vote 100% for libraries. Most people will tend to be somewhere in the middle. When the votes are tallied, the total will be reflective of the average voter, not the extreme ones.
We at the Community Democracy Project have surveyed folks in Oakland for 2 years leading up to this campaign, and our experience leads us to believe that Oakland residents will come up with a much more balanced budget.
I understand that most Oakland residents will have good intentions when they try to balance the budget, but how will we all be informed enough to actually make wise decisions?
Well, our initiative would form 100 neighborhood assemblies in Oakland. These neighborhood assemblies would hold monthly meetings. Anyone who lives in that neighborhood can attend.
At these meetings, folks will become properly informed about the budget in the following ways.
A. City officials will come to the meetings to tell us how much their department needs and why.
B. NGOs and interest groups will also help us understand our city's needs by developing and distributing materials related to their particular concerns.
And C, over time, simply by participating in this process, people will develop collective wisdom from each other.
These meetings will be facilitated by neighborhood directors, who are community members elected by their neighbors. Think about it. You probably already know someone who would be a great fit.
These neighborhood directors will be supported by a new city department called the Democratic Budgeting Program.
The employees of this department will serve as liaisons between the neighborhood assemblies and city officials.
They'll also ensure that neighborhood assemblies have all the materials they'll need to make informed decisions and help get the word out to maximize participation.
Okay, what about department-specific budget proposals? Do we have a say on the nitty-gritty stuff?
Yes, we can chime in on that stuff too.
For example, if you have an idea for a specific program, you can submit that idea to your neighborhood assembly.
Then, if your neighborhood assembly approves by at least 51%, one of your neighborhood assembly directors will bring the proposal to the appropriate citywide committee specializing in that aspect of city operations.
At the citywide committees, directors from interested neighborhood assemblies will discuss all the proposals they received and combine them into the people's proposal.
Then, the proposal is put to a vote. Voters will decide between the people's proposal and any alternative proposal submitted by a department or city council.
Wow, that seems so much more democratic than what we have now. How do we make this happen?
The Community Democracy Project is launching a signature gathering campaign this summer. We need to collect about 40,000 signatures within a 6-month period to get this initiative on the ballot.
If the initiative passes, Oakland will be the first city in the United States to have its entire budget be decided by the people and for the people.
Be part of history. Join us.
You mean I can be part of your group?
Yes, email us at communitydemocracyproject@gmail.com. There are many ways to get involved. We especially need folks who are willing to help us gather signatures. You can also visit us on the web at communitydemocracyproject.org to read more about the Democratic Budgeting Initiative.
We're an all-volunteer organization, and we'll need money to make this campaign a success. You can donate online at the link below.
So help us create a people's budget, because the budget is not just a collection of numbers, but an expression of our values and aspirations.